and prepare for some enthusiasm from me you may not be used to. Oh, hi guys, I didn't see you there. Welcome to another episode of Who You Are. It's a show where we just sit down with people in the music scene and get to know who they are. It's kind of in the name. Today we're joined by the pop icon and sexy looking human, Elliot Cox. I
That's
exaggerated the Cox a bit too much, but
Hey, it's what it is.
how are you, man? How are
It's part of
things?
being the pop icon. Pretty good, pretty good. Just yeah, getting through
Getting through
it.
it. It's a bit like that with everyone at these days.
Yeah.
Um, well, where we start with getting to know who you are is getting you to tell us who you are. So tell us a bit about yourself and what you do, kind of thing.
Okay. Well, as Toby said, well, thanks for having me, Toby. Um,
Pleasure.
I am a Brisbane pop icon, and no, we'll start way back. I was born in England to start with, and then eventually my family moved to Australia when I was probably 9 years old. And then I sort of found music through there, through high school. Started writing music in high school. Started releasing stuff, and then sort of went to uni, got a band together. Met some great people at uni, and sort of just still on the road of I don't know, trying to find out what music I want to make, who I want to be as an artist as well as just a person, and yeah, see how we go, see how it works out,
Yeah,
see if I can make a living from it.
that's the dream, making a living from it.
Yeah,
Um,
a
it's
small living. It doesn't
it's.
have to be Teslas and Lamborghinis.
I mean, I'd like a Tesla, but no,
Yeah.
yeah, comfortable living from music is always a goal, especially in these times. Um, so you kind of mentioned that you're from the UK and
Mm,
you got into music. Let's go a bit more into what got you into music. When did it all start? That kind of thing.
So I suppose it was like, I don't know, the first, it was sort of strange because when I went to school in England, there wasn't really any importance put onto music and like the arts and stuff. So when moved to Australia, music was compulsory, and like everybody learns learns to play the recorder and like sing songs and stuff.
Mm.
And I suppose I just like, I don't know, I loved the energy of it, and then I got into like choirs and stuff like that, and that's what got me singing. And then I suppose, I don't know, people just told me that I was good. And then when people tell you you're good at something, you're just like, well, might as well keep doing it.
Yeah.
um, and then, yeah, picked up a couple of different instruments. And then high school was really where I started becoming more of a solo, like started working on a solo thing. It wasn't just like sing in a group anymore. It was starting to, I started to learn guitar, and then started just listening to certain artists that made me want to write music. Um, and so yeah, I started on like acoustic guitar in when I was like 13. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably where it started.
Yeah. And
Mm.
then you just started writing songs with your acoustic guitar around 13 and just
Yeah, I would say it was, I don't know, it was right around the time, like I'm gonna be such a cliche, but it was right around the time that Ed Sheeran was becoming huge, right?
a
And everyone was like going crazy about this guy. And so I got really into like his first album, and I thought it was pretty cool. And like he did his time in London and blah blah blah. He did all his gigs and impressive numbers. But it was just that it was like so simple. Like he just played guitar, wrote songs, and like recorded them and put them out. And
yeah.
that's like as simple as it is, that's how simple you can make it, I suppose. Um, and so yeah, that's what I started doing. I actually got the same guitar, which is really cringe now, but got one of those little Martins, and I still have it. I still write all my songs on that same guitar that I got when I was like 15. Um, and yeah, just started writing, I don't know, I would say like grade 9, so it was like 14,
Yeah.
14-ish. And yeah, started recording them at school, and
What
it
were
turned
those
into,
Or what were those songs about when you were 14?
When you're 14, they're all just like made up love stories. You just copy, like I just for a couple of years, I just copied people. I didn't really have any real experience. It was just like, oh, they're writing about like, love songs and stuff. And I'm like, well, that's what it is. So I just did the same thing,
Yeah,
faked it a little bit, until your life actually, has
stuff going on.
anything. Yeah, actually anything going on. You just write about, I don't know, school sucks and homework sucks and
I mean, I'd listen to those songs to be honest.
there's, there's probably a hard drive somewhere, but I should probably burn it. That's what I'll do.
No, burn it to CD. That's what you should do.
Burn it to CD.
Yeah,
Yeah,
release it.
maybe later, not now.
Yeah. So it's been a bit of a journey to, I
Mm,
guess,
mm.
where you are now. You're saying you're still trying to figure it out, but what's that kind of journey been like? Because it seems like it started to pick up, I guess, after high school. You went to uni and you started
Yeah.
gigging. What's it been like from that point to this point now, kind of thing?
Well, yeah, I suppose a lot of things changed leaving high school. So I released my first EP actually at the very end of grade 12. So put something out there. It was just like songs I wrote at home. And then when I went to uni, I suppose I went to like learn how to produce everything myself. That was the main goal. Um, and then just as university happens, like you just meet so many crazy people, and I just listened to things that I'd never ever thought I would listen to. So I suppose the influences just came from every direction,
Mm.
and um, I wasn't. I don't know. I was starting to enjoy things that weren't just like acoustic music anymore.
Yep.
So things started really changing when I started listening to lots of different things, and people played me different stuff, and I started exploring music a lot more, in terms of what I wrote and in terms of what I listened to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I suppose there was a 3 year period of just like delving into, albums, and different artists and different genres. And so sort of found more things that I was enjoying. And then I suppose that sort of influenced what I wanted to write. And it wasn't just uh, acoustic ballads anymore or just solo stuff. I wanted a bigger sound, wanted to work with different people.
Mm.
And yeah, I suppose coming out of that, I did another EP, and then listening to that EP, listen to the second one is sort of like, I'm like, oh yeah, it was good. It was good then. And I really enjoyed it then. And now I'm like, okay, I've sort of moved again. So I suppose that's what happens if you release things early though, like there's going to be a huge, just like, I don't know, it's going to be, you can hear the changes and the journey through, I don't know, what I've started to enjoy writing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I had a bit of a vocal crack there.
No, it's all
Um, but yeah, um, I don't know. I suppose coming out of uni, I started to really love to produce things myself, start arranging things, and that's where I really enjoy what I'm doing. Is when I get to the songwriting is probably my favorite part,
yeah.
and then arranging parts around that and seeing what fits and trying different things.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, like definitely from what I've listened to of your like discography, to use fancy words. Uh, it's definitely a journey. It goes from your Ed Sheeran stuff, and it's getting there, and it's to this like you're getting some groove on, and I'm quite
yeah,
enjoying the groove. Um, and yeah, no, you mentioned you enjoy the songwriting process for you. Everyone's got a different approach to that. Do you have a specific approach to songwriting, or
um, I wish I did. Unfortunately, it's just like a whole lot of chaos um, on my iPhone, and those voice notes just get battered with like a 10-second mumble while I'm half asleep, and yeah, it's very very random. But it usually comes. I always try and write the hook or the chorus first.
yeah,
I've always found that. if I start writing a verse, it's just like so strange to me. So I always come like try and make the chorus, and then I can sort of just explain and get deeper into it on the verses. So it usually comes from a melody, or might start with like a guitar riff or a hook, or like sort of like certain set of chords. Um, but yeah, it's always different. But yeah, um, I don't know. I don't know. It's always just like it's always happening. There's always 10 songs on the go,
Yeah.
and I always sometimes I have to really just put the time like aside to just sit for an hour or two and just finish two songs, or just at least like finish the way that the song goes, or a little
Yeah.
demo, and
The
then I come back
structure.
and fix the structure, and then fix the lyrics later.
Yeah.
Um, the lyrics usually get fixed when I tell someone I'm going to record the song, and then I'm like, oh shit, like I better go through and edit that song.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm like, okay, and then I spend like half an hour and I edit it, and then it's like, okay, well that's just finished. Like we need to go, we need to record it. So then,
So having
yeah,
that push to record kind of expedites the
yeah,
process. Yeah.
I got into I think it's just a bad habit from high school probably, where I just procrastinated, everything got done the night before, and it's just still the same.
Yep.
But it's just how I work. I can't really do things like a month early. I
Yeah.
just don't see the point, I suppose.
But I mean, you've got the backlog, and you're just like, oh, we get this, and then we'll pull it out the night before. So it's not
Yeah.
like you're working from scratch, which is
Yeah. It is
I've done
there's
that.
always, so many songs on the laptop on the go, and songs in the book, and random lyrics written down on napkins and sticky notes and random crap. But
uh,
yeah.
yeah, no, it's always interesting to hear how people write songs. Most of the things I've heard, at least on this podcast, is pretty much your approach. Everyone's like, oh, shit, I've got all these ideas, and then, oh, I got to make something. All right, let's grab the idea and make something really quick. And
Yeah.
then, but there's something to be said for that approach because it comes out with some pretty good stuff when you're kind
I
of
think so.
forced to.
Well, we don't know. Maybe if we all did everything really structured, and I don't know. I would like to try it sometime. If I ever had the luxury of like it was actually my full-time job, I wonder how the music would be different if I if I every day at 3 o'clock wrote a song.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. I don't know if like, you can do life like that. It's
Oh,
too irregular, and maybe
there
I,
are
I
people who
probably
do it.
yeah. I think that I just don't know if it would work for me. I think when the inspiration comes, it comes, and when it's not there, it's just not
Yeah.
there, I suppose.
No, that's fair. I
Mm.
think, yeah, there's something to be said for both ways of doing things, and
Yeah.
both ways work, but each side will tell you that the other side's wrong sometimes. But yeah, no, it's definitely a way to write songs. You mentioned recording and stuff, so you've been doing a lot of recording.
Mm.
Particularly, you were doing a lot of recording during the bad times.
Yeah.
Um, what gave you the kick in the ass to start recording around then?
Um, yeah, well, it's sort of, I suppose the whole world, hit the fan in like March or whatever.
Mm.
And it was sort of, I don't know, I always, whenever I'm like alone or have alone time, I'm always writing, because that's just what I do. Like I just sit in my room and the guitar gets picked up. There's, like 6 guitars in the room. So you got to pick one of them up.
Yeah.
And then I suppose when I saw that we were going to do, I don't know, we had like a lockdown, or everyone was just like terrified or of what was happening or whatever. So we were inside for like a while. And I suppose that it was just finally time where I could go like sift through some of the stuff that I've been putting off going through
Mm.
on my laptop or on my phone. And so I just like went through all the voice notes, put them in a Google Doc folder. There was like, 30, 40 random things that I was like, oh yeah, that could be a song.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just started doing demos, like just making like demos at home with just like, like a 58 and like a Focusrite, and just, clapping and in my room and doing 10 overdubs of harmonies and just going crazy because like it didn't really have anything on. There was
Yeah.
nothing to do. So I suppose it was finally time to do something. And then yeah, it was when I would go and record with Sam Hogg, who I do pretty much everything with. And yeah, I suppose I've always wanted to release a song regularly. So I started doing, I think it was like halfway through last year, started doing like a single a month.
Yeah.
And then that really just pushed me and actually gave me something to do and something to work towards.
Mm.
Um, and so, yeah, just songs started flowing more because I had to actually, had deadlines to work to. Um, and then, yeah, it was just like, I don't know, just, I suppose there was just a lot of time. I didn't have a whole lot of employment.
Yeah.
So it was just like, well, I'll just do what I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was pretty fun. I don't know, people are gonna hate it, but I sort of enjoyed lockdown. Like I like just like, you know, sitting in a room and
Doing your
just
thing.
doing the thing. Doing
Yeah.
the thing, yeah.
No, yeah, I did enjoy having an excuse to not go outside personally.
Yeah. It's just like a lot. It was a break from everyone and everything, I think.
Yeah.
Bit of a detox.
Bit of a detox, and then things open back up and it's like, oh damn, I miss people,
Yeah.
which is surprising for me. But
Yeah, the
uh
introverts of the world were just like, yes, bit of
yeah,
time.
exactly. But no, that whole recording thing you did during COVID also kind of definitely paid off. Like you got a
Yeah.
Triple J play, which is actually a pretty
Yeah.
decent thing. How did that feel?
Yeah, pretty crazy. I think that I don't know. I think you just never really think you're going to get there, or like I always thought that like nobody's going to play my stuff. Like I don't know. I don't know if I didn't think I was good enough or just didn't think I was big enough. I just thought it was always for like bigger independent artists.
Mm.
And then I suppose as I got the ball rolling with releasing, I just backed this one song really hard that I just thought was like probably my best stuff. And I thought, well, if they don't play this, then I'll probably just give up. I'll stop sending stuff in. I'll
Yeah.
stop uploading to Triple J. Um, Pretty funny that yeah, it got played, and I just couldn't believe it. It was honestly just so strange that after like this whole year of like busting my ass to um, write a song, get it finished, do a demo, do the recording, get it mixed, get it mastered, do an artwork,
Mm.
get it uploaded in a month was just like it was just I don't know. I just found it so difficult
Yeah.
to fit it all in, and then it just yeah, I suppose it paid off.
Yeah.
It's on one hand it's amazing, and then on the other hand you're like, well, like it's not like I'm selling out arenas now. It's just like, but
Mm.
it's like a nice like it's a nice nod and a nice
Well done after your hard work kind of
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yes, it's like a little bit of work paid off. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
It's awesome.
Mm.
It's definitely good to see artists, especially Brisbane artists, be able to get a bit of recognition. Um, just
Mm.
because I feel like people forget Brisbane exists and there's so much cool stuff going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you just I don't know. I suppose it's happened recently where I've seen a couple people that are like mutual friends and were like smaller artists that are starting to get like pushed out, and I
Mm.
suppose it just gives you hope. I suppose it gives you a little bit of hope that like this could actually happen if I keep going. This could actually pay off if I work hard at it
Yeah.
for long enough. Maybe who knows?
Who knows? I definitely think at least I definitely think you've got what it needs to get it going kind of thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
keep going,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Uh but I do want to double back. You mentioned Sam Hogg, who you've been working with exclusively, or pretty much
Mm.
exclusively with since I believe since you left uni. And I kind of
Yeah.
wanted to go into what it's like having someone like that to record and produce your stuff and what it means to the music and how it influences the music? What's that been like for you?
Yeah, it's been pretty great, honestly, to just have someone in your corner, like all the time. Um, so I suppose I met Sam in first year of uni, and then we would always just record certain things together at uni, and then we did my second EP in the third year, and we basically just wanted to record, and we were just learning how to record basically, um, and how to mix and stuff. And so I suppose we spent a year just like experimenting with recording and just different sounds and just trying to, do the recording thing.
Mm.
Um, and he drums as well, so he was started drumming in my band. And yeah, it just sort of started from there and didn't really stop. So can't get rid of him now. No, he's yeah, it's pretty great. After uni finished, it was basically like, well, we have nothing else to do apart from do the thing that we learned to do. So um, he always pushes me to, try different things, and I always try and push him to, I don't know, push the boundaries of his mixing choices. So
Yeah.
and production stuff. So get a bit more out there and take more risks and stuff.
Definitely.
And he just always, I don't know, he's such a nerd about it that he always, has the right answer for what it is. And I suppose I just sort of fell into his style of producing and his workflow because I was around him so much. Um, and yeah, I don't know, it just worked. It always just worked. We were just like could always, always pushed each other to stay up later and keep finishing the stuff, or I don't know, just keep going. I suppose
Yeah.
it was. I think yeah, we have we have a really great friendship now, and it just works. So
Mm. It's definitely awesome to have
mm,
something like that, someone like that when you're writing music who's
yeah,
there. And especially, I've met Sam a few times. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I don't know. I know Sam, and he's definitely good at what he does. So it's also good to
yeah,
have someone who's, as you said, a real big nerd about it.
yeah.
Like, have you absorbed, I guess, any of his recording techniques? Or
I just yeah, I think we bounce. Yeah, I think so. I think that we aim for the same thing, I suppose. So I've been around his recording, and uh it's very simple and like quite old school, and very much about making making the source sound the best before you put a mic in front of it, like
mm,
that type of thing. And just yeah, it's all about pre-production and about being really prepared before you come in. It's never really worked when I've come in unprepared, because when we just sit there and don't really get anything done. But if I've done a demo and I know where I'm heading, and I can sort of get him onto the right track of how I want it to sound, and we listen to some of the same sort of music. He has definitely more jazz influences into his stuff, and I try and bring him back to uh, straighty 180 music, and so then it sort of blends over a bit of both. But yeah, he's definitely into very just clean, crisp recording, and I suppose that I've taken that on as my style of how I sound as well. And
mm,
it's not that I don't know if I don't know if I really chose that, but it's I don't know. I suppose I love it now. It's just how I want things to sound. He's definitely whether he's manipulated me real well, or I don't. Maybe I didn't know what was happening, but yeah, now I'm just like, well, it's got to sound. It's got to sound crisp. It's got to
yeah,
sound. I don't want it to. Yeah, it's just
fresh
like
and so
that, and
clean. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, sort of that, and then I don't know. Yeah, I suppose I've absorbed some of his knowledge, but
Mm.
I let him have a lot of free reign with a lot of stuff until I think it sounds shit, and then I tell him. Um,
That's what you need in someone you're doing music with too. That you can just say, "Yeah, that shit. Let's move
and
on."
then, but he, I'm not just telling him it sounds shit. Like he tells me when I'm
Yeah,
completely out of tune, or he's like, "Well, that was just a flat. That line was just so flat. We can't
yeah,
put that in." Um, but yeah, it's a good balance for
yeah.
sure.
Definitely, it's awesome. And post production too is like that's really big,
Mm,
and yeah, it kind of
what a
goes.
wormhole.
It's a it goes back into like how you're saying you prepare stuff, and
Yeah.
it's awesome to have post production too. I'm getting there with the brain. It's been a while since I've been doing interviews, so eh, Christmas, COVID times, brain goes kaput. It's always good, but no, it's yeah, that post production, and I've seen that really pay off
Mm,
when people actually come in prepared to a session instead of saying, "Oh, we'll just rock up and whack a mic up." That can
yeah.
work
I think that
sometimes.
the demo and well, I just call them demos, but it's like I suppose the pre-production like that just really pays off. Like especially when we were doing the every single month thing. It would put us just so far behind if I hadn't finished. I suppose finished a demo or hadn't had no idea how I wanted it to sound or even just certain elements.
Yeah,
Like I usually come in with the song finished, like some of the parts already done, and then like how like some of the tones figured out for how I want it to sound. So like how the bass tone would be, or how the snare should sound, how the cymbals, like certain things like that. Um, and that just really takes a lot of the work out of it. And then we just try and work towards the best we can of how I've got it in my head. And then sometimes it doesn't work, and we just say, well, we're just going to go with what we got, or yeah, what we decide on something else. But you've got to have a bit of flexibility with it.
mm,
Um, it's
mm,
you can't always get it perfect.
definitely. I think yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you definitely need the flexibility. It's definitely good to have a plan, and yeah, it's definitely paid off for you. I think with the
Yeah,
music you've put out. Let's Go Dancing. I quite vibe with the hook on that.
yeah,
That's a good one. That gets me moving. But I guess that's probably might be a good place to end it.
yeah. We covered
Uh
all heaps.
yeah, no, thanks for joining us, man. It's been good.
It's been
Um
awesome.
is there anything you wanted to plug real quick before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram, so that's just Elliot Cox Music. And of course Spotify, Apple Music. You can just stream my stuff. There's always new stuff popping up. Maybe once a month.
Mhm.
Who knows? But yeah, this year is going to be pretty fun. I think I've got some plans, but you never know if it'll go to plan at the moment. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. See if I can keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find me on Spotify, and I think I'm on every streaming platform ever or whatever.
All the
So
things. Yeah. So
all the
Elliot
things.
Cox,
Hmm.
Cox, and then you spell
Yep.
Elliot with the Elliot.
Yep.
I got it right.
Bris- Brisbane pop icon. You
Pop
can.
icon, sexy pop icon. That's the way. Uh, but no, go check them out, guys, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.